you've done the hard work already, or at least the first half of the hard work, which is to really get your ideas together. And so fantastic to hear the presentations tonight. And I have to tell you, Scott, I was really moved when you talked about stories, because I shared with the group when we interviewed and talked that, the first thing that we do when we're invited to come visit with somebody is read about them. And I couldn't believe the amazing story that I heard. I mean, there's a story here that starts before Baltimore was Baltimore with Montclair. Then there's a story about growing the city around these two squares and the housing that are there. Then the invention of the American railroad system. And I think what's probably about as cool about that, not only from the fact that you made the cars and established that here, but all of the families and the lives and the different generations of people that made their living and were drawn to the neighborhood for that, and kind of the new generations of people that have come into the neighborhood. And then you look where we are today and you see the biotech park here. You think about the amazing next chapter of history you have. So I always say planning is this, it is storytelling. So everybody's got a past. You have a good past that we can celebrate. I think we're kind of in the current chapter now, trying to talk about issues and where we are, but the really exciting part is trying to imagine that next chapter, the future, and what you want that to be. So that's really what this process is about for us. So we'll take the next 3 or 4 weeks. We're going to go back and study very hard all the strategy, the goals, the project ideas that you've laid out tonight. You're going to see us out in the neighborhood. We might look a little strange, walking around with maps and cameras and the like, but please talk to us and say hello. I drove every street of the neighborhood today. I'm so proud of that because I got to really get in there and see what was going on. But we're going to come back in March, and we're going to have organize a great session, probably a session about like this. And we're going to go kind of categorically and look at a bunch of different ideas for the neighborhood and see what's right for you. And you're going to say, that's the dumbest thing I ever saw on some of the ideas. You're going to say, oh, that's pretty cool. And we're going to work together to put together the best ideas. And then we're going to draw the most amazing set of images you've ever seen. We're going to turn that into print material. We're going to turn it into electronic material that you can then share your story. And in addition to that, working with Brent, who I'm excited to meet, and others with the city, really think through all the steps when it gets, kind of the hard part of implementing, of what things cost, of how things could move through an orderly structure to actually get implemented, so that all of that also can be folded into your plan.
So, yeah, perfect. What do we expect from you guys? So I think, again, Scott kind of prompted this beautifully for us. We want your stories. Again, everyone's done a lot of research. We've done a lot in collecting this. We need to hear as much of it as we can. And we'll have an exercise a little bit later to start introducing some of that. We want your honest feedback. We need as much, participating with that and telling us, what's worked here, what hasn't worked here, why hasn't it worked here. It doesn't necessarily mean it won't work in the future, what things have changed, what can we learn from the experiences collectively you all have. Your time, of course, your positive energy, which obviously you all have a lot of, your participation and your support.
So, and it's a partnership, so what can you expect from us, right? Well, what we're going to bring to you guys is a cohesive set of ideas, strategies, opportunities to help you build what's been started, right? You don't need me to tell you that. It's behind me. Well, let me just reiterate. I mean, it's fantastic what you guys have done so far. I mean, the work that's been out there, the information that's been gathered, the strategies, the goals that are outlined, that makes it so easy for us to just jump right in and come at this and work with you guys to deliver these drawings. The graphic products, plans, I mean, we have a slide that shows you the kind of product we're going to deliver here. We might be doing something like this. We're going to work with this. We're going to see what's going to tell the best story for you guys here. Could be 3D representations, could be some plan diagrams. But basically, we want to put some material like this out on the street that's going to tell your story to the rest of the city. Yeah, can you go back up? And the last thing you can expect of us, of course, is our full attention, participation. We are here for you guys. We're here to help you. Just wait to hear your stories and let us know what we can do.
Terrific, very good. So everyone got some dots when they came in tonight. Now here's the great news. We have so many people, this is going to be cozy. And I know you already know each other, but we're going to get to know each other a little better. But it's very helpful and very important. So you've heard all these great kind of strategies and ideas today. So you saw a series of maps along the way when you came in. Everyone has dots, and we have more dots. There are key questions at the top of those. If you would please take a moment, kind of reflect on it, find it on the map, kind of dot and answer the question. I know a lot of people didn't do the dot map about where you live. Make sure you do that one as well. And let's just have a conversation here in the room. So let me turn it back over to Scott. We'll go from there.
Just saying, we also have like little Post-its, so some of these stories, some of these things, if it doesn't fit on a dot, we'll have Post-its and highlighters and different things you can use to help convey what you're trying to tell. So we have all that material. And index cards if there are thoughts that you all want to write down.
I won't be long. Just very quickly, I want to thank everybody again for coming out. There are a couple other people that I want to thank again. I want to thank Brent for all of his support and all that he's done for this whole process. Paul and Amy, who've already been mentioned, but I want to thank them again for what they've done for us, which has been fantastic. Thank you guys so much. And there's two people that you haven't seen, but in a large part created this fantastic presentation behind me, which is Amanda Allen and Rennie Lawal, and I want to thank them for all of that. Let's go stick some dots.
Put them on the map. Where you live? Yeah, where you live.